He's pretty mentally weak in the ring. You know, as soon as things don't start going his way,
Yeah.
he starts to crumble, and things aren't going to go his way. So I think he's going to crumble.
Yeah.
Jake Paul was shocked after seeing Gervonta Davis's intense sparring clips. He says he actually likes it when people doubt or criticize him because it makes every fight more exciting. Jake adds that he is still training hard and staying focused. He has wanted to fight Tank for a long time, and now that it's happening, he truly believes he can win.
On business and say the other
I mean,
person's gonna win. I like it.
So when
It makes it fun.
When he lay your boy out, you know what I mean?
He's my boy too.
I
love Mike.
I mean, Mike will move from this side to this side without you knowing exactly at which moment.
Showbiz the Adult strongly reacted to critics who say Gervonta Davis took the fight with Jake Paul just for money, pointing out that the situation is more complex. He explained that the fight contract has a special knockout bonus, which motivates Tank to give his all and avoid being knocked out. This fight is not just about pride, but also about money and legacy. Showbiz added that people are missing the psychological side. Tank is a proud fighter, and the idea of losing to a YouTuber turned boxer is unacceptable to him. So, calling it only a payday ignores his competitive drive. Tank's reputation matters more than money, and Jake's comments about the bonus may have made the fight even more personal and intense.
You guys told me that Gervonta Tank Davis is just taking this fight for a payday. He's just trying to get to the bag. Well, you got the fight itself, which is a payday, and you got a KO bonus on top of that, a big bonus. That's what Jake Paul said.
They're going to get a big, big bonus.
And they got a side bet of $2 million.
Let's make it 2.
Y'all gonna shake on it?
Yeah.
Shake on it?
Jake, $1
Shake
million.
on it? 2 mil? 2 mil?
2 mil. Let's do
2
it.
mil. Bro, get a shake.
Oh, they're shaking left ear.
2 mil.
There we go.
Oh my fuck.
Why not get the entire bag? Whenever I got good food on my plate, I clean the plate. There is no reason to boil John.
Hold on. Let me, because I'm gonna play some Marvel Rivals. Let me get all this together. I'm gonna be playing some Marvel Rivals later. Hold on, let me get my blind.
Cause no cream. And yes, no cream. Because I'm fired up today. I got on the scale today and I'm 209 pounds. Okay, you guys know that I'm on the fitness journey. I'm showing you guys my video journal. And I started at 217 pounds when I started all this 12 days ago. And I'm telling you, I'm seeing faint abs. Hold on, the faint abs. Woo! The faint abs! The faint abs! The faint abs! I'm telling you, it'll be back. I will be back. I want my Terminator shit. And when I'm done, I'm going to tell you guys my secret and exactly how I did it. I'm talking about step by step, everything. I'm going to be in great shape like I was. When I turned 45 and all the gray in the beard, I was just like, it ain't over, bro. It ain't over. Hold on. Let me. Ooh. Dr. Doom. Okay. All right. But listen. A lot of you guys calling this a fake fight and all this shit. I'm going to quote one of you in the war room. I forgot, one of my show business partners said, was it Justin Hill? I forgot who it was. You guys said, something like, and if I misquote you, I'm sorry, but it was dope. You said something like, if this is a fake fight, it definitely has real consequences. I keep telling you guys, man, if it goes on their real record or not, whatever it is, you know what you saw. It's just like Ryan Garcia versus Devin the American Dream Haney. Devin Haney is still undefeated, but we know what we saw. You cannot erase what we saw. If Jake Paul knocks out Tank Davis, there's some real circumstances. The shit goes viral, and I'm going to lose $10,000. Jake Paul isn't just going to win in this exhibition, but he's also going to get a knockout bonus and an extra $2 million.
Robert Garcia shares a veteran's view, saying there's nothing wrong with Tank taking the fight with Jake Paul, but the timing feels off. He explains that legends like Mayweather, Tyson, and Pacquiao only did exhibition fights after proving themselves with major titles and legacies. Tank hasn't reached that point yet, and still owes fans big fights that define greatness. Garcia feels the issue isn't the fight itself, but what it represents. Choosing a flashy clash with Jake Paul instead of tough competition like Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney seems like skipping an important step. Tank is talented enough to earn respect through his legacy, but taking shortcuts with showy events could hurt his reputation. To Garcia, this fight feels early and more like a distraction than a path to greatness.
It's not the contest before something like that, but I don't know. What's your just take on the whole thing?
I'm not very interested in it. That doesn't excite me. I know it's going to do really good numbers. I know they're making a lot of money, which is good for them, good for Tank, because in boxing, that's what everybody looks for. I think it's, the good thing is they announced it as an exhibition, which is, I'm okay with it. Everybody does it. Mayweather has done it. Ali did it. The only thing, my personal opinion is Tank, they all did it when they had already accomplished so much. They already did so much. Mayweather did everything in boxing and accomplished everything. Muhammad Ali did the same, and many others that have done it. I think Tank never gave us the fights that we really wanted. Never really gave us those challenges. He never really challenged himself. He didn't give Rhodes that rematch, which he should have. Mayweather did it when he had a hard time with Maidana and Castillo. Right away, he did the rematches to prove everybody wrong, and look at what he did. He beat him clearly. So Tank should have done the same. He didn't. That I could criticize, but then at the end also, if you're making 30 to 50 million, I don't even know what he's making to fight, to have an exhibition against just Jake Paul, I would have asked, I would do the same.
No one would say no to that, right?
If I had one of my fighters get an offer to fight a big celebrity, a big YouTuber for $20, $30 million, I would probably do the same. So I don't blame him. It's boxing. At the end of his career, 20 years from now, nobody's gonna care how many belts he won or who he fought.
Bernie Thaw gives a blunt view, mocking those who focus on Tank making money, pointing out that Tank isn't struggling. He's one of the highest paid fighters of his generation. Fans care about competition, not his bank account. Bernie says boxing fans follow the sport for excitement, skill, and rivalries, not paychecks. He adds that the real story is what happens in the ring, like if Lamont Roach beats Isaac Pitbull Cruz, Tank's toughest opponent, which would raise questions about Tank's standing. Bernie believes Tank needs meaningful fights to stay respected, and while money fights like this one with Jake Paul pay well, they don't build his legacy, which is what fans value most.
Match with Tank, and it's I kind of don't really care about the fight no more. It's starting to lose a little steam.
But I'm saying, if he stops Pitbull Cruz, right? Don't you think that people would want to see, Lamont and Tank more due to the fact that, Tank had a hard time with Pitbull?
No, I think people just want to see Tank versus Lamont because Lamont, he had a hard time with Lamont. It's just like Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. People just like controversy. People just like, you know what I'm saying? So people like to see finished business. They don't want to leave it unfinished. And that's what the intrigue is. They want to people want to see finished business. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the intrigue of the fight. And it doesn't make no sense why they taking so fucking fight. Everybody keeps saying that, Tank getting the money, but is we getting the fucking money? Is we bidding there for the fucking money? Is he gonna give us some of the money? Are we waiting on him to feed us any bit? No. I want what I want. Fuck that. I'm selfish. I'm a fan. I want to see the fucking fight. I don't want to see no fucking circus. You know what I'm saying? So for everybody saying, oh, he back, who gives a fuck? I hope he do get. He already rich as fuck. He already won 30 million in the last fight or something. He got more money than I'm ever gonna have. I don't give a fuck. I want to see the fights. I'm a fucking boxing fan. I want to see a fucking fight. I don't want to see no fucking farce. Fuck. Motherfucker count another motherfucker pockets. They all getting paid. These motherfuckers getting paid millions. Boy, we making how much? 60,000, 40,000 every motherfucking day, going to work 9 hours a day and shit, and then coming home with come on, waiting on income tax and shit like that to get some big bread. Come on, man. I'm talking about the average person.
Lamont Roach speaks firmly about the Jake Paul fight controversy, saying he doesn't mind Tank taking the match because any fighter would be tempted by such a big opportunity, but he criticizes how it was handled. Roach points out that his own contract with Tank had a rematch clause, yet Tank went silent and signed to fight Jake without communicating. For Roach, this shows a lack of respect and breaks business ethics between fighters. He admits he might have done the same in Tank's place, but only if it had been handled professionally. What bothers him isn't the fight itself, but the missing transparency. Boxing is built on mutual respect, and skipping obligations to chase a spectacle damages that principle. Roach believes the move may help Tank financially, but it leaves a bad impression among those who value fairness and was a missed chance to do things the right way.
Right for not executing that rematch. Is it safe to say that there was some money given to you because of that?
Money given to me, not necessarily, but
okay.
You know, like I said, those guys took good care of me. Those guys on the other side took care of me. Not him personally and not his team personally, right. But you know,
but somebody made it right for that rematch not happening.
Kinda, you could say that. Yeah,
kinda. I understand. I don't understand the position you're in, but from the outside looking in, you had a phenomenal performance against arguably one of the best fighters, you know, top 10 pound for pound fighters in Tank, which many didn't believe it would happen. So you want the opportunity to get back and you know, I guess get the victory. But can you really, honestly, putting yourself in Tank's shoes, be upset with taking advantage of the opportunity to fight Jake Paul? Reportedly, there's about $40 million that he's going to get paid. Now, I don't know this to be, you know, accurate, but I'm saying those are the reports, right? If you were in his shoes, wouldn't you do the same thing?
See, now, this is something that I explain and express, and I hope everybody gets. That opportunity is an opportunity that you probably cannot pass up. But it's about how you handle it. It's about how you go about it. A lot of people don't know that he actually exercised his rights to the rematch, so that contractually binds us to a fight. You cannot breach that unless you do what you have to do to handle the business, to be like, okay, well, we mutually agree to let you move on or swindle around and fight.
Jake Paul defends his fight, saying it's not an exhibition like Mayweather versus Logan Paul, but a real sanctioned boxing match with judges and a true winner. He highlights the knockout bonus as strong motivation for both fighters and says he loves it when people doubt him because it drives him to work harder. Jake insists he isn't treating this as just a money fight, but as the biggest moment of his career. The knockout bonus is more than money. It's a test of his confidence and effort against one of boxing's toughest names. He says he's training harder than ever and fully believes in himself, aiming not just to survive, but to prove he belongs among the elite.
I mean, even the list you made years and years ago, Gervonta Davis is on the list.
Yeah, exactly. It's all manifestation, and it's a very powerful thing. And yeah, I think people don't dream big or set massive aspirational goals and then also put the work in. I think that's the other thing, is like, I'm still doing sprints and track work and bench press and squats and all of these things for the sport of boxing. So when I transition to NFL, I'm going to have a lot of that natural explosiveness and power from the past 6 years of training every day.
Ryan Garcia didn't hold back when talking about Jake Paul's move. He thinks it's just a publicity stunt to stay in the spotlight, not to help the sport grow. Garcia, who has his own past with Gervonta Davis, also said that Tank accepted this fight mainly for the money, not the challenge. According to Ryan, true fighters care about their legacy, not the fame or cash that comes from one big event.
Paul versus Tank, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, everyone's talking about it. It's a whole thing. A lot of people liked it, didn't like it.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you first saw that it was a thing?
It pissed me the fuck off, bro.
Yeah, why?
It's just disappointing on mainly Jake's end. You know, we're not falling for the Disney Channel bit no more. We're not falling for you're not a fighter no more. We're not falling for that. You know, you're ranked as a cruiserweight and you're out here trying to fight a lightweight. And then on top of it, you were just talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. That doesn't make no sense. And, you know, I just felt like it was a disgrace to boxing and kind of it was not a good move by Jake Paul. You know, I understand people saying, you know, Gervonta got to go get his money, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, like, we're not talking about that shit. We're talking about the sport, bro. We're not talking about, oh, you got to get that money, bro. Yeah, but everybody's open to criticism. That's the whole point of this media shit. That's why they talk about basketball players. They don't talk about, well, LeBron's making too much. Like, nobody cares, bro. If LeBron's missing the shot, he's missing the fucking shot. So at the end of the day, bro, I just thought it was a disgrace to the sport. Because on one end, you know, you got the casuals, right? The casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Yeah. And if Gervonta Davis doesn't fuck up Jake Paul, they're going to think Jake Paul is some pound-for-pound champion type of fighter. Yeah. And to me, that's just, it's tricking the public, and it's kind of bullshit, bro, at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, if Gervonta was Jake Paul's size, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. There probably wouldn't even be a fight.
Sean Porter gives a balanced but critical view, saying Jake Paul has brought real fighters into the ring, which is impressive, but most of those fights are motivated by money. He notes that opponents see Jake as a chance to make money, not as a respected fighter they want to test themselves against. This has been the pattern since Jake's debut. He has fame, but not the respect that comes from fighting top-level competition. Porter adds that Jake's skills, conditioning, and discipline have improved, but he still hasn't earned the deep admiration that comes from years of facing elite opponents, as the boxing world values legacy, heart, and consistency.
I like, when it's all said and done and when you guys go off, they go into the next man. Yeah. So if y'all can make a big payday, go get that payday. The sport of boxing don't love you. And that's the problem with this sport. It's like, what Jake Paul did, man, it's crazy, but people getting paid off of it. Yeah. So if he can call any one of y'all out and y'all can get that payday, I say go get it, baby. I'm not mad at it.
For me, and I'm not mad at this move at all for Tank Davis, but I think when it comes to boxing fans, there's an essence that comes with this sport, and it's an essence that hasn't been lost, unlike other sports.
Comedian and boxing fan Earthquake gives a funny but true take on Jake Paul's physical disadvantage, saying big muscular fighters may look strong at first, but their advantage fades once the fight starts. Their rhythm slows, arms get heavy, and stamina becomes the real challenge. Earthquake thinks this could be Jake's problem against Tank, who has the timing and ring IQ to make him miss and tire out. Big muscles can't save a fighter when fatigue sets in. Technique and patience matter more. He predicts Jake might start strong with powerful shots, but as the fight goes on, Tank's endurance and composure could take control. Earthquake reminds everyone that boxing isn't about size, it's about balance, conditioning, and timing.
You're a boxing fan?
Totally.
Okay. Tank Davis and Jake Paul in November. According to betonline.ag, Jake Paul's the underdog at plus 139. Gervonta Davis is the favorite at minus 180. So he's the favorite almost 2-1.
Right.
What do you think will happen in this ring?
I don't know, but Tank should beat him. Tank should beat him, but Tank is smaller. And usually in boxing, you take the bigger man, but then again, Terrence Crawford killed that when he beat Canelo.
They were the same weight.
Yeah, they were
at the
same
time.
weight.
Well, no, maybe a little bit different after they rehydrated, but they weighed in at the same weight. There's a 30-pound difference between Gervonta and Jake Paul. Jake Paul had to lose like 30 pounds to get down to like 195. And Gervonta, I think, is like 160.
Gervonta all the way up to 160?
Well, hold on. Gervonta.
160?
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on. No. 133.8.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, he 133.
It's a 60-pound weight difference.
Yes.
60 pounds.
Yes.
Ooh.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay informed. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep our news accurate.